Today we're showcasing some really cool medieval sets designed by the most talented fan designers in Series 2 of LEGO's Bricklink program. I went through all 190 sets and pulled out the best ones that I could find. We'll be rating each set a bronze, silver, or gold, and you get a chance to vote as well, so let's dive right in. Alright, first up we have a medieval guard tower, and it looks familiar to other medieval sets, but it has a unique vibe to it as well, so let's take a look. Okay, so it looks like this guard tower is set up during an autumn setting. I really like the techniques used for the terrain on the bottom. It's very three-dimensional, and the roof looks excellent as well. And I really like the designer's use of colors throughout the set. Everything feels very cohesive. And looking at the set from all the different directions, it just looks fantastic. A very nice 360-degree build. And the accessibility of the tower is really great, so you can pull off each floor just like a modular building, and the details inside may not be very apparent from the photos, but a quick glance looks like they make a clever use of the limited space. So one aspect of the set that really intrigued me is that it's built in 4 separate sections. I don't typically see this in a lot of sets, but I'm assuming that this will make the build more approachable. And the inclusion of a varied cast of minifigures is really great because then you can have a lot of storytelling aspects to this one, which gives the set a lot of character. Alright, so given the creative design techniques and the attention to detail, there's some vibrant pieces in here as well, which really breaks up the monotony. This one earns a silver brick for me. I think this would fit very well in a medieval collection and would be a great vote. Okay, next up we have a cozy little medieval inn. I think the colors here are really pleasing. I like the two-tone gray look of this building structure. It contrasts very well with that red roof, and then you have this beginning of autumn look to all the foliage, so everything really blends very well together. And when we get to the back of the build, you can tell that they use a two-tone look for the tree bark as well, so it's just great. I love the use of color in this one, and as you can see, you can also access the inside from the back. And looking at the design and techniques on the inside, I do like the flat tiling on the floor. The staircase that curves around looks great, and it's a very small space, but I think the designer made a really great use of that limited area. This set also comes with a little shed that has some interesting details. There's a fountain off to the side, and it looks like they can store some additional equipment in here, so that's pretty neat to include. And if we take a look at the top-down view, you get a better sense of what the set has to offer. Okay, so after taking a close look at this medieval set, I'm gonna give this one a bronze brick. It's a good set with solid aesthetics and some nice design choices, but I think it could have benefited from a few more surprises on the inside. Overall, this will go really well with the medieval collection. Okay, cool, we have another guard tower, and from the get-go, you can't help but notice its authenticity. The style of this set leans a bit more towards realism than typical LEGO creations. As we take a look at this set, this wooden barrier looks really cool. Like I said, it adds that sense of realism to it. You don't typically see that in a lot of these medieval style creations. Okay, and as you turn the set around, this is really cool. The designer chose to break up the monochrome look with the blacks, the browns, and the grays with this ivy hanging off the side of the building, which is really neat. There's also a body of water on the bottom. Would have been cool to see a little bit more of the landscape, but I do like that they're mixing it up a little bit when you turn the set around. Okay, this set has something really innovative on the inside. I've never seen this in a modular building myself or in any other medieval sets, but not only does the interior look detailed, but you can actually slide out the floors to access the insides. That's really, really neat. Okay, as we get to the interior, you can tell that the designer took their time to put some quality and care into this. I like the tiled floors, and the overall aesthetic looks great for the medieval times. And when it comes to minifigures, it looks like we have a standard set of medieval characters to tell the story of this fortress. Okay, so taking all this into account, this set has some really cool design elements and innovations, but it feels like there could be a bit more, particularly on the exterior. And so with this authentic design and innovative interior, this set gets a bronze brick. It's a well-rounded set, and the designer has shown a great deal of care in its creation, but there's a bit more room for imagination to take it to the next level. Okay, moving on, let's dive into this medieval workshop. This is another set that would fit really well with existing LEGO medieval sets. So one thing that really catches your eye is this stunning roof design. I think it really complements the rest of the building really nicely. And tucked away underneath the stairs, there's bunches of logs, which definitely makes sense for a workshop like this. And on the other side, I really like the signage, which really matches that medieval era. And we even have a little balcony here on the second floor. And I love this curved canopy over here on the side surrounded by these ivy leaves. A very nice touch of detail. Okay, and this set looks rather modular. You can take off the roof and the floors as well. And it looks like we have a good number of details on the inside. And as we dive even deeper, You can tell definitely that this is a wood workshop. I like that we have some stations on the inside, but I feel like there could maybe be a little more detail included in this interior. Perhaps there could be more tiling on the floors, or maybe a little color variation with some of the objects on the inside. Okay, and moving up to the second floor, we have a bedroom and a dining area. Kind of the same thing. I feel like we could get a little more detail, a little more technique on this floor as well, but I do like the intent. And I really appreciate that there is a little area where the workshop worker can create a little mini scale design of a building or maybe a sculpture. That's a really cool piece of detail. And it's really cool to see all the furniture that's included. I think this is very crafty, very creative, and all of this does work very well together. So overall, this set gets a silver brick. It has immense potential with amazing exterior design. With a bit more detail packed into the interior, this could easily move up to a showstopper. It's a beautiful set nonetheless, with a ton of features that I think would be a really fun build. At first glance, it becomes really clear that this set has a lot going on with it. There's so much to unpack here. The evergreen trees and the rest of the treescape here, along with these other vines, just blends together really well. I love the techniques used for these evergreens especially. This just looks like a really dense forest in a small set, so that's actually really impressive. And I can't overstate just how much I love this. I think that this attention to detail from the designer is just extremely top-notch. Okay, so as we dive into the set, there's some really cool details in here. I love as these soldiers are going down this pathway, it really feels like it's a deep, dense forest. I love the stream on the side. This rock formation with all the foliage just looks fantastic, amazingly done by the designer. And as we move into one of the interior pieces, there's very small spaces and they made the most of them. I love this hand railing going up the stairs made out of this chain-linked material. That's an excellent choice and it looks awesome. And as we move on to the roof, I really love that there's even more detail packed up here. You can cross a bridge to get to the other side. And on that side, we have these really cool bunk beds. I like this little ladder that's built into the tree on the side. And there's even a little jail cell over here in the corner. There's just so much going on. This is amazing. And what's cool is there's a lot of interactivity in this set. So in this example, you can plot an ambush. So there's actual moving pieces to capture these soldiers. You can trigger traps from up above, and the soldiers can escape capture. So there's a lot of interactivity. It's very well thought out. And the set even has a lot of secrets that are hidden within. So that's what I mean. There's so much packed into this set. It's simply incredible. So I can't help but be amazed with the creativity that went into a set like this. It's just a mix of excellent design, amazing building techniques, there's a lot of interactivity. They really went above and beyond. So without any hesitation, this set definitely gets a gold brick. And it's more than just a set, it's really an immersive LEGO experience that would really stand out and just be an incredible addition to any medieval collection. This is amazing. And if you want to see even more amazing sets from the Bricklink Designer Program, check out our video here. We cover modular buildings in this one. There were so many submitted to this program and we pulled out the best ones. I think you'll really enjoy it, and I'll catch you there.